This is a sports catastrophe production. Hey there, Heather, ho there, Jeff Cutter and welcome you to another sports catastrophe birthday boy. And the birthday boy for this, April the 4th, is ROberto Luuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuu playing in the NHL soon. I don't know. But anyway, Luongo played 19 years in the NHL for the Islanders, Panthers, and Canucks. Two-time second-team All-Star and won the Jennings Trophy for lowest goals against average in the league in 2011. He was a finalist for many awards, but never won them. Yeah, 3 times he could have been the Vezina Trophy winner. And he was a finalist for the 2007 Hart Trophy. Nope. Anyway, Luongo is second all-time in games by NHL goalie and third in wins. Amazing. He's second in games played. Anyway, Luongo played in the Quebec League for Val-d'Or and Acadie Bathurst. Val-d'Or in Quebec, Acadie Bathurst in New Brunswick, winning back-to-back President's Cups. And basically trying to help his team get to the Memorial Cup. But they didn't win the Memorial Cup. Following his second Quebec season, Luongo was picked 4th overall in the 97 NHL draft. The same draft that has someone who was picked number 1 who's still in the league, and that's Joe Thornton. Anyway, after splitting his professional rookie season between the Islanders and the Low Lock Monsters of the AHL, he was traded to the Panthers in a controversial trade. In 5 seasons, Luongo had team records for games played, wins, and shutouts. But the Panthers could not make the playoffs under his stint, and then he was traded to the Canucks in the 2006 offseason. However, in his first season, he blew everyone's mind. 47 wins, which was amazing. Runner-up in voting for the Hart and Vezina. And he actually was the team captain for the Canucks. He became the first goalie in 6 decades to do that. However, he was not allowed to have the C on his chest. Not the Canucks C, but like the captaincy, because of the fact that they didn't want the goalie talking to referees and all that in the captain's thing. But anyway, no longer resigned from team captaincy in 2010. Ironically, after he left as captain, he didn't want to be captain of the Canucks anymore. The Canucks went to the Stanley Cup Finals in 2011 to Game 7 in the finals, but lost to Boston. We all know how that ended up. So anyway, in his 8 years with Vancouver, he's the team's leader in wins and shutouts. No surprise. And then he went back to Florida, which was amazing. And he decided to go back to the Panthers. Luongo's been one of the best goaltending internationally. So yeah, Luongo is part Italian, obviously. Val-d'Or wanted Luongo so badly. They made him the 2nd pick in the 1995 Quebec draft. He did fantastic and all that. At the 97 NHL draft, he was picked 4th overall, as I said. But the pick was originally the Leafs pick, but the Leafs traded the 1st-round pick to get Wendell Clark, Matthew Schneider, and DJ Smith. Yeah, for one of getting Wendell Clark back. Bad move, Toronto, because the others took Luongo. I mean, Potvin was still decent. But anyway, Luongo looked good. He ended up being the highest picked goalie in NHL history, beating 3 goalies who were picked 5th overall. Tom Brasso, John Davidson, and Ray Martignac. But Rick DiPietro beat that in 2000 when the Islanders made him the number 1 pick. So he would play in junior with Val-d'Or and all that. He did okay, but he couldn't win the Memorial Cup. So anyway, he did well in the World Juniors, despite the fact they lost in overtime to Russia on Canadian soil. Anyway, so the Islanders shocked everyone. By picking Rick DiPietro 1st overall in the 2000 draft, which meant that Luongo basically was almost all but gone from the Islanders. Well, it did it on purpose because Luongo was traded to Florida alongside Olli Jokinen for Mark Parrish and Olli Kafasha. Parrish would be fine for the Islanders, but Olli Jokinen, even if you avoid Luongo stuff, Olli Jokinen was a decent player. So basically, it was huge. He went to Florida. I know that the Panthers weren't really that good of a team, but he did very good for himself. And, made the Panthers decent. Luongo turned down a 5-year, $30 million offer from the Panthers in 2006, which was shocking. But he had a demand that he wanted his backup goalie, Jamie McLennan, or Noodles as he's known, to be re-signed and his longtime goaltending coach to be hired. Nope. Florida refused to budge. Mike Keaton, who was GM of the Panthers, would trade Luongo to Vancouver, alongside Lucas Krajcek and a 6th-round draft pick for Todd Bertuzzi, Brian Allen, and Alex Old. That's a huge trade and all that. Bertuzzi leaving Vancouver, I guess maybe because of the situation with the Steve Moorhead. Anyway, Vancouver had some goaltending problems. After Kirk McLean left in 1998, there were 18 goalies in an 8-year span. Wow, that's amazing. Goalie graveyard. But Luongo in his rookie campaign Canucks were just great, especially his first ever playoff game, because he never made the playoffs with the Islanders or Panthers. He actually did fantastic. A 72 save performance against the Dallas Stars in quadruple overtime. Of course, 4 overtimes. You got to face a lot of shots. Luongo would help the Canucks take down the Stars in 7 games and then got taken down by the Ducks. But Luongo was nominated for the Vezina, Lester B. Pearson. That's the trophy that the players vote for their MVP, and the Hart Trophy, which executives call their MVP. However, Luongo failed, finishing second in all 3 voting. Brodeur won the Vezina, Crosby won the Hart, and Pearson. But Luongo looked pretty good for himself. Luongo, I know, basically was made captain and all that, as I said. But basically, the Canucks signed Luongo to a 12-year contract extension after the 2010 season. 2009 season. So that's huge. I don't know why he would do a 12-year deal. But anyway, yeah. Henrik Sedin would be captain for Luongo as Luongo decided to focus on his goaltending. And it worked. They got the Canucks to the best record in the NHL. So basically, the Blackhawks had to face the Canucks and Blackhawks faced each other for the 3rd straight year. Canucks were 0-2 against them. But thanks to a Game 7 winning goal by Alex Burrows, the Canucks slayed the beast, if you will. And Jim Houston put it perfectly when he says, "It's a beautiful day for an exorcism." In round 2, he would face Pekka Rinne and the Nashville Predators, and he did good about that. He did good in a 5-game series against the San Jose Sharks, in which Canucks finally reached the Stanley Cup Finals for the first time in 17 years. However, Luongo had issues playing in Boston at the TD Garden in the Stanley Cup Finals. Save for Game 7, Luongo was excellent on home ice in the Stanley Cup Finals, but Game 7, they lost 4-0, and guess what? Vancouver burned. I guess hockey fans will be hockey fans. Unfortunately, Luongo had issues, especially with Alan Vigneault being named the new head coach. Luongo and Schneider, there was a goalie controversy, and basically all that. But they traded Corey Schneider to New Jersey, giving Luongo the starting position. So basically, it looked good. But Tortorella, when he came into the league, when he replaced Alan Vigneault as Canucks head coach, basically was not happy about this. And he decided to choose Eddie Lack, the Swede, to starting goal in the Heritage Classic game against Ottawa. The fans booed Lack. Luongo was upset. He wanted to be traded. And he did. A day before the NHL trade deadline, he was traded back to Florida for Jacob Markstrom and Sean Mathias. Markstrom has been a very good goalie. Well, he plays for Calgary now, but basically, yeah, Vancouver did the right thing. But Luongo basically is second in games played behind Brodeur and third in wins. Let me think. Yeah, Waugh and Brodeur are only ahead of fellow Quebecois. That's funny. Luongo will be the first Panther to get his number retired. And he played well in Canada internationally. 2 Winter Olympic gold medals, 2 World Championships, a World Cup, and that looked good. Luongo's butterfly stuff. His wife is Gina. All that fellow Italian, if you will. And he has a son and daughter. Very nice. ROberto Luuuuuuuuuuuuongo is a very good goalie, and he has a good sense of humor. TSN can attest to that. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. Adieu.